overall, I like the way that we played. Um, played with better tempo, better pace, defended well. We stayed, we kept them off the free throw line for the majority of the game, which was good. And obviously a much needed win for us.
Rick, after the challenges you faced on the road trip, what's the significance of winning with such conviction tonight?
Well, we executed what we wanted to do. We wanted to play with more tempo. We wanted to defend aggressively without fouling. I'm really just repeating what I just said. And we wanted to play a real movement, kind of random game. It's just when the ball moves and we're playing with that kind of pace and tempo, a lot of good things happen for us. The key is to be aggressive but not frantic. And our frantic possessions, you're going to get one every now and then. But when you get sped up and it allows the other team to get into transition and things like that, every team wants to avoid those, So, but a lot of good things, and our turnover number was 11, so that's a pretty good number.
You noted wanting to maybe play a little faster, but specifically off the defensive rebounds. Tonight you hold them under 40%, 16 fast break points, and most of those happened through the first three quarters. Are those signs that you saw improvement there?
Yeah. No, we haven't. Look, we're fortunate. They played last night as well, so it wasn't like they were waiting on us. Things were on a level playing field in terms of fatigue and all that. So, I just I liked our disposition, all night. There was a real spirit of sharing the ball, and 28 assists is a good number. And so, we'll take it. And, the whole season's hard. I mean, the games are all real difficult. And so, to have one where, we got ourselves a little breathing room is nice, but, Chicago's having a great year. They're one of the leading teams in the Eastern Conference. So, we'll have our hands full on Monday.
Rick, what led to playing more free and going through Sabonis once again?
What led to what?
Playing more freely and through Sabonis again.
Well, he was open, so we were giving him the ball. It's, we want to move it and create a good situation for ourselves. And look, as the trailer and as a guy that can put it on the floor and pass and stuff like that, he's going to have the ball in his hands. But I didn't think that there was an imbalance there. I thought there was a nice balance. We had a few turnovers, but nothing crazy. And we just got to get moving it better. And defensively, we've had some pretty decent games recently. We've held some teams under 100. But we've got to take our good defensive possessions and turn them into good offense, and we did a better job of that tonight.
Rick, you went with Justin in the starting lineup tonight. He had 17 points at 4 threes. What was the thought process behind that move?
He's one of our best flow and movement players, and so the thought was to he doesn't need the ball, so the thought was to get him in the starting group, bring Chris, right off the bench immediately for Karras, and then just play from there. Been going with, kind of a set rotation tonight. It was a total feel thing. And, you saw some lineups together that haven't been out there much. You haven't seen, Goga out there by himself at center very much, in the midst of early portions of a game, and so, but we did a lot of good things. Craig played a great game. Keelan was solid. I thought Chris did a good job off the bench. McConnell was, he did what he does, and we got to take this and try to build on it.
Kind of the flip side of that is Chris was with the bench tonight, and since he can have the ball a little more with that second unit. Do you feel like that's a better spot for him maybe going forward? He can get a few more reps, a few more touches in with that lineup?
That's the idea. That's part of the idea. Yeah, and we can play through him a little bit more. And look, as he develops as a professional, this is part of the experience that at some point you probably go through. Where you make the transition from starting to coming off the bench and figuring, finding out what that's all about and what you need to do to adjust. And I talked to him about it before the game. He understood, the reasons. And I don't think any player is crazy about going from the starting lineup to off the bench, but I thought he was a pro about it and approached it the right way, and it helped us win the game.
Rick, I don't know if you saw it yet, but you have gone viral on Twitter, just to let you know, with your thumbs down. So that was pretty interesting. But a more serious question.
It was a joke, by the way.
Yes, I know.
It was a joke. And it was not meant as a disrespectful thing to the officials. I'm sure they probably took it that way, and I apologize for that. That was not. I know how hard their job is.
I'll make sure I put that in the story. But
yeah, no, it's important. It's important. It's really not a laughing matter. It's. I don't know of anybody that has a more intense job than NBA officials, and there's a lot going on. Without fools like me doing that. So that was something that was a mistake, and I do apologize for that.
And Myles tonight, a lot of energy, plus 32. I think he was the highest in the game. How do you think he set the tone, just defensively, offensively? He had the putback dunk, just rim running and doing things that only he can do.
Yeah, he's a very important guy in the game because of Valanciunas. Valanciunas has become one of the dominant big men in the game with his ability to score inside. And now he's making threes, consistently. So, it was important that Myles have a good game and play his game. And look, he's gonna score some points. He's shooting the three well. He's doing a good job ducking in situations where there are little guys on him, stuff like that. But I thought the follow dunk was a big play, in the second half or first half, right? Yeah, second half. Yeah, that was a huge play. And his protection of the rim is something that's very, very difficult to replace.
Myles, how tough was getting taken out last night, and does it make having a night like tonight for the starting unit even more sweeter?
It was definitely tough, just given the circumstances, but yeah, man, the second unit came in and played their asses off. We had a chance to win it at the end there, so you can't be too mad. This is a team sport, it's a team effort, and we have a lot of capable guys on this roster, so it spoke well to them and their volume. And tonight I think we just wanted to come out here and share the ball. I think that's what we did. There's been a lot of ball stoppage here in the past couple of games, and the way we got to go flow in that first half, especially, was encouraging, and we got to continue to build off of it.
What else stands out to you as areas that you guys have improved here tonight compared to that road trip?
There's so much more continuity. I think that's what we were missing. We got out of transition too. That's another thing that helped us as well. We got out and played well in transition. And obviously that started with getting stops. So let's continue to amp up our defense, continue to get ourselves rolling on that on the floor.
Myles, what was the last 24 hours or so like for you guys taking that hit and then trying to flip the script a little bit, and how that panned out for you guys, playing more freely and having that early success, no turnovers in the first quarter?
I think what happened, I'm not going to necessarily say it was a good thing, what happened last game with us, but I think it was a wake-up call. And, sometimes this league is all about how you respond. And, I understand New Orleans isn't necessarily the caliber of team right now that, I think the league's accustomed to in a sense, but it doesn't matter. It's an NBA team. We were able to come out here and play the game the right way. So,
Myles, can you take us through the putback dunk, and how do you think effort plays like that can help, just drive this team?
Yeah, I think for myself personally, I got to take advantage of my opportunities. They've been a little seldom here lately, so an opportunity like that is something I got to start doing more often. Crashing the glass, and it was being at home. It was a great energy play. Something that haven't done in a while. I didn't realize I can still dunk, so cool. So it's cool to be a part of.
Malcolm, how would you describe the significance of not only responding tonight, but responding with the conviction that you guys did?
I think it shows growth and maturity. We have vets on this team, and I think it was up to us to set the tone. Coach made a switch in the lineup and put Justin in there just because I think we needed a little bit more, veteran presence just to sort of bounce back and try to get this thing back on track. And we were able to do that tonight.
Myles said that he didn't want to say that what happened last game was a positive, but that it was kind of a wake-up call. Do you feel like it can be a growth moment for you guys?
Absolutely. Absolutely it can be, and I think it will be. We just got to treat it as such.
You talked earlier this week about how for some slow starts you wanted to show leadership on the court and come out stronger. Do you feel like you've done that in the last couple games?
Yeah, for sure. This season, to be honest, I'm paid. I have my contracts. I have my money. It's really not about that for me anymore. I could care less if I score under 10 points a game. As long as we win, as long as I'm contributing to winning, as long as I'm leading the right way. That's my new challenge for this year. I took 8 shots tonight. It's not about scoring the ball. It's about us winning games, and about me leading the right way. So, that's the mission I'm on. And the better I lead, the better this team will play. And we just got to keep staying focused for 48 minutes.
Malcolm, obviously hustle plays aren't like an official stat, but you probably won that category tonight. So how do you all take what you did tonight, build on it, and make that maybe some, identity or part of the team that's prevalent?
Well, I think we identify what we did well tonight. I think we played with great energy. I think we played a lot faster than we have games leading up to this. And I think we just played together. I think we were out there playing for each other on both ends of the ball. And those are the characteristics of this game that we have to let bleed into every other game this season.
Malcolm, how much did you guys talk about in the last kind of 24 hours, playing more freely and facilitating and stuff that we haven't really seen over the last several weeks?
That was the mission today, and that's the mission for the rest of the season. Now that we saw it work, we saw the chemistry today. It was having fun, playing with pace, and being there for each other on both sides of the ball.
Thank you. Domas, after last night and all the challenges that brought, what was the significance of winning a game like tonight in the way that you did?
I feel like it was important for us. We had a disappointing road trip. None of us were happy of our performances and how we did, and especially here at home in front of our fans, we wanted to come out and get this win.
It seemed like tonight the ball flowed through you a little bit more. Was that an active effort by all of you guys?
Coach let us be free today. He said, play your guys' game, push the pace quicker, and then I decided to start bringing up the ball a bit more, trying to get teammates open. He wants us to attack the paint. I feel like I can do that a lot because when I get the rebound, the big's usually behind or in front, but playing off me, so I can get that ball moving. So just trying to help the team out.
Domas, Myles called this kind of like last night like a wake-up call. Do you view it the same way? And I guess how do you all stay awake moving forward?
I think he's talking about us being aggressive, and not getting caught up in what's going on, and just being ourselves, being who we are, going out there and playing our basketball.
A lot of you guys have mentioned being more free tonight. What kind of led you guys to go away from that? Was it more play calling, a pace reason that you needed to have that message before this game?
No, Coach. Coach, he was this road trip. He was coaching us, calling out the plays, doing his job. And today he said, "I'm gonna back off a bit, and let you guys play your game, And I feel like that really helped with a lot of players out there, to be more themselves, personally me, and going out there just as it showed, we were sharing the ball more, moving it, and it definitely made it more fun.
To that point, was it a discussion on the team playing, something at the walkthrough that kind of precipitated that?
No, he just came in today before the game and told us that. He says we need to play faster, and he let us be the ones to make the decisions playing faster, and I feel like that helps us.
And when that's the case, for you specifically, how much do you just feel like the reins were let off and you could then be yourself and let everything kind of flow through you?
You know, the past couple of years we've been doing that, so you know, it felt pretty good tonight to go out there and just be myself and kind of get the team going, you know, and everyone was happy, you know. The most important part is we were sharing the ball, you know, and that's a big part to our offense, you know, especially how coach wants to play in our pace action. That just gets us going.
Domas, the last few games, energy, effort, those kind of like the buzzwords around the team. For you, is it like, how do you view energy and effort? Is it something that's inside you already? Is it something that you all have to like cultivate? How do you view it?
Energy and effort, you got to bring it every night. You know, it's a long season, a lot of games, and sometimes it's hard to bring it. But it has to be a collective group. You know, not one or two guys can bring it, because then defense breakdown or an offense, you know, someone's not committed to what we're doing. So tonight I felt like everybody was committed, and good results showed.
Didn't happen tonight, but you've been playing more with Goga this season than you have in any season before. How do you feel like those lineups work, and where do you feel like you two work best together?
He's great, you know. He's just like Myles. He always has my back, you know. He's out there blocking shots, being the defensive anchor. He's smart on offense, you know, and knows when to take the shot, knows when to roll, when to pop, you know. So it's great. The more minutes we get, the more chemistry we can develop.
Malcolm's talked about needing to be more of a leader at the start of games, setting the tone and energy. How do you feel like Malcolm has stepped up as a leader on the court in games?
He's been great. You know, we always say the ball movement and the defense starts with you. You know, you're the point guard. You know, and everyone follows. So as long as he keeps bringing that, you know, it's going to trickle down to everybody else.